Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. You have tuned into a new edition of Ring Respect Radio, and I am your host, Bobby Munson. And yes, this is going to be a episode where we're going to talk about quite a few things. But before we get started, I want you to go ahead and click the subscribe button. Turn on the notifications so you know anytime we release new material here on Ring Respect Radio. So we're going to get things started. It's been a big talking week, especially with our friends over in the WWE. A big, huge announcement, wonderful announcement. Evolution going to be taking place on Sunday, October 28th. The first ever WWE All-Women's Pay-Per-View event. So huge news coming out of WWE. And I believe they announced that over 50 women or something like that will be taking part in this event. It will be past, present, and future. So we're going to be seeing some returns already announced. You know, Trish Stratus and Lita going to be making their returns at Evolution. So very, very interested in checking that out. You're going to have the present roster, including the NXT roster included in this. They've already said that all three titles, the NXT Women's Championship, the SmackDown Women's Championship, and the Raw Women's Championship are going to be on the line that evening at Evolution. So that would be great to see the inclusion of everybody there. So really getting the roster out there in front of everybody is going to be awesome. It's wonderful for the women, and it's going to be a great event. I'm very much looking forward to it. Also, they said that the finals of the Mae Young Classic is going to be taking part at Evolution as well, too. So definitely something to look forward to. Going to be a wonderful show. I think that this is going to mark a huge night for the world wrestling entertainment. So, you know, definitely tune in. That's Sunday, August 28th. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys are too. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the announcement of Evolution. Moving on, next we've got SummerSlam. It's going to be the biggest event of the summer because we've been told so. And yes, the matches are already starting to shape up, so I wanted to talk a little bit about them because, you know, things happened on Raw, things happened on SmackDown this week, and led us to some of our matches that have been announced here for this year's edition of SummerSlam. So we know now Roman Reigns won the big main event on Monday Night Raw. Roman will be taking on Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. So this now is official. We are going to get another Brock Lesnar-Roman Reigns match that I'm sure most of you listening probably did not want. But at this point, I guess that's what we're going to have to deal with. You know, I don't mind it personally. I guess, you know, I'd rather see Roman as the champion than Brock Lesnar from my personal standpoint. But you know what? They really have done something interesting with the whole Lesnar thing. I mean, they've taken a real stab at the people who think they know the business really well and stuff like that, and they've really played him up as this, you know, hideous guy who has no respect for the company and stuff like this. And you know damn well deep down that this is being done to take a dig at any of us who have made those comments before. It's not all Brock Lesnar behind it. The company is behind it too, in my personal opinion, and that's why it makes this a lot more interesting and alluring. In a way, I kind of wanted to see Bobby Lashley get it, to see something fresh and different, but I really don't know if there's enough there with Lashley just yet. And that's it. That's unfortunate because it would have been a good matchup, but I just don't think that there's enough build or enough time to get a real build, especially, you know, being that Lesnar is not there very often. There's more there with Roman Reigns' story, continuing on from the Greatest Royal Rumble, where, you know, he did technically win the match, but due to the referee's call, Lesnar won the match, was declared the winner anyway, and remained as the Universal Champion. So there is a lot more build with the Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar feud, and because it hasn't been happening every single week, you can't say that you're completely sick of it. I mean, there is feuds that go on for long periods of time. They're playing out every single week. And this Lesnar and Roman Reigns one has played out for quite some time, but it has done so in a very slow, more progressive way, kind of like they used to do back in, you know, like the 80s, late 80s in particular and early 90s, there was a lot of build because we didn't have a pay-per-view per month. I mean, that's why the big four were the big four, and there was all this TV time to build storylines and get matches ready for those next big events. So, SummerSlam, I mean, that was the big thing because it was the big one after WrestleMania. So we had all that time between WrestleMania and SummerSlam to get our next big pay-per-view event. So there was all that time invested in watching, WWF Superstars on Saturdays and, Friday night's main event while it was still airing as well, too. We had to tune into these things to get our storylines, to get our builds. And the slow build with Roman and Brock kind of reminds me a little bit of that. And, I've been a bit of a Brock hater over time and stuff like that. But you know what? It's playing out just fine. It's playing out the way it needs to, and it's making the company money. So there's nothing I can really knock about it in a sense either. It would be nice to have the Universal Championship on Raw more often. I would prefer to see it. But hey, you know what? It's doing what it's doing, and eventually that championship will be coming back. I mean, it's not going to be forever, folks. Eventually there will be a new champion. It very well could be at SummerSlam. But it might not be Roman Reigns. It's tough to say, but there is the mystery of the Money in the Bank briefcase being in play, currently held by Braun Strowman, the Monster Among Men, or Monster in the Bank. And now he might not be Monster in the Bank at SummerSlam anymore because he has been challenged by Kevin Owens. KO going to be getting a chance to win the Money in the Bank briefcase from Braun Strowman at SummerSlam. And while that would be very shocking to have that occur and have Kevin Owens steal it on that particular night, I really can't see when the company is just invested in putting out a Monster in the Bank t-shirt that was shown on Raw this week, that they would then turn around just a short while after at the biggest event of the summer and have Braun Strowman cough up his briefcase to Kevin Owens. I can see this one ending where a DQ finish or, a count out, something like that. It's not going to end with Kevin Owens picking up the win. In my personal opinion, anyway, I feel the company's invested in this Braun Strowman storyline. Otherwise, the shirts wouldn't have been made. They're going to pull the trigger. Braun Strowman will likely walk out of SummerSlam as the new WWE Universal Champion, whether it's because he pins Brock Lesnar or because he takes it from Roman Reigns, who has just won it, and reignites his feud with Roman Reigns. It's yet to be seen. So we'll find out what happens at SummerSlam with those ones. Also from the Raw side, we know that Seth Rollins going to be taking on Dolph Ziggler in a rematch. So hopefully these guys get the chance to tear the house down, and hopefully we get a crowd that's not going to be distracted by a time clock. That would be absolutely perfect to be able to not be distracted from what great performances going on inside the ring, because Ziggler and Rollins were putting on an absolute clinic just recently at Extreme Rules, and it'd be nice to see them do that in front of an audience that's showing the appreciation that match deserves. So we're also going to see the WWE Championship defended. AJ Styles taking on Samoa Joe. That was just revealed tonight on SmackDown Live. Joe made a surprise attack on AJ and then signed the contract. Backstage, Paige was upset that he had attacked AJ, but then did reveal he was the rightful person to be picked for the title match itself. I was almost kind of thinking that maybe Joe had set this whole thing up and that he wasn't the one that was originally supposed to be picked. And that, he came out there, made the attack because the contract was laying there, and signed his name to it, making it official at that, and stealing that opportunity. And that could have been an intriguing storyline, but again, it could be very convoluted at the same time, because who is the one that you would have included? And then do you start arguing that it should be a triple threat match? And we really, really do deserve and want to see AJ Styles, Samoa Joe one-on-one at SummerSlam, and that's what we're getting, so kudos to WWE for putting that together. Also on SmackDown Live tonight, Becky Lynch defeating Carmella in that non-title match, meaning that now at SummerSlam, Becky Lynch going to get her opportunity to take on the SmackDown Live Women's Champion. Definitely worth a watch on that one. Many are going to be hoping that Becky Lynch ends up winning that championship. Really hard to say where the company sits on that one. I mean, they've done so much building Becky back up, having her on this unbelievable streak right now. You know, a lot of time being invested in her storyline. Is it all for nothing? Are they going to have her come? Well, and not all for nothing. I mean, is it all a build-up to have you really believe that she's the one to finally dethrone Carmella, only to have your, hearts ripped out from under you, or out from your soul kind of thing? And, that's just what they do. They build these things up so that they can go for shock value. It's easy to go for shock value in this one again. I mean, you've already had Carmella defeat Charlotte and Asuka. I mean, her defeating Becky Lynch at this point, to me, would not come as a shock from the WWE right now. So it's really hard to say where they're going to go with this one. But definitely stay tuned and be invested. Becky Lynch, a wonderful performer, and it would be good to see her get her opportunity at the SmackDown Live Women's Championship again and take it home as well. So that's going to be WWE Summerslam, so that's going to be coming up soon. Going to be great to see. But talking about coming up soon, everybody, I hopefully you've been tuning into Wildside TV, where I am your host each and every Saturday on YouTube. You can find us on HIW Canada's YouTube channel. Check that out every Saturday with my co-host. He is the man with the angelic voice, Papa Smokes, who I had on Ring Respect Radio recently. Excellent show. Go and check that one out. And also, it's been a wonderful time on Wildside TV. We got new episodes coming out Saturday, August the 4th, which means we got to get to some tapings. And yes, the tapings are this Friday, folks. Friday, July the 27th. And there has been a venue change. We are not going to be in the Sutherland Hall. So make sure you check the information out on HIWCanada.com or on our social media pages to find out. I believe we are the Cosmo Civic Center. So go check it out. It is going to be the same wonderful Wildside magic that you're used to, just a change of venue. So come check us out this Friday, July the 27th, where we'll be doing the all-new tapings for Wildside TV. So you can get yourself on an episode of Wildside TV, or a few episodes of Wildside TV for that matter. Be loud, make it hard for us to be able to talk over top of you, because we love a rowdy crowd here in Saskatoon. Also, for our fans in the Prince Albert area, there is going to be a Wildside Live event coming your way the following night, Saturday, July the 28th. I do apologize. Unfortunately, I myself, the real Bobby Munson, unable to make it to the July 28th show. But even though I can't make it to that event, we still hope you could all make it out there, because all your actual favorites from Wildside Wrestling are going to be present that evening. So go and check out Wildside Wrestling in Prince Albert on Saturday, July the 28th. Remember that you can get your tickets for all these events, and also for the big event coming at the end of August. Mick Foley heading on down to Regina for HIW Canada. Pile of Bones Battle Royal, that one going to be huge. We're going to be declaring a brand new champion, and I'm not talking a new champion of a current title. I'm talking a brand new championship belt. It is going to be absolutely amazing to see this. This is going to be huge news for the company, and a lot going on with HIW Canada that you're not going to want to miss when the hardcore legend Mick Foley makes his way to Regina, Saskatchewan on Friday, August the 31st. That's going to be everything for me this time on Ring Respect Radio. As always, I appreciate you tuning into the show. It's always wonderful being able to do these for everybody who gives me a listen. And if you would be so kind, spread the love, spread the word. Let everybody know that Ring Respect Radio exists. I just want to share my voice with all of you, and hopefully you can share yours with me too. You got a channel? Let me know. I'd love to check it out. Let me know in the comments section below. What's your channel at? And you know what? I'll even give you a shout out on a future show if you comment in the section below. Also, do me a favor in the meantime, if you haven't done so already, click the subscribe button and turn on notifications. If you like my video, give it a thumbs up and share it with all your friends. You got social media, it's just one click away. Give it a shot. You might like it. That's it for me this week. I'm the real Bobby Munson, and I'm out of here.